Hey Pinners, Michelle Held from pintalk.net. I'm going to show you how to make money on Etsy using Pinterest. Follow me online on my website pintalk.net, and of course follow me on Pinterest, Twitter, where I post most of my blog posts, and I also pin them or save them as well. And today I'm going to show you how to make money with your Etsy store, driving more traffic to your Etsy store using Pinterest. Of course, you could use other social media as well, Twitter, Facebook. Pinterest is a great matchup with Etsy because they share a lot of popular categories in common. And so I wrote a blog post off my website this week. So how to make money on Etsy with using Pinterest. And you can read a little bit about here. And what's the important part is that Etsy and Pinterest have some popular topics or categories in common. Pinterest is very popular with women's fashion, home decor, hair, nails, crafts, do-it-yourself. And of course that's what Etsy is all about. Fashion, crafts, do-it-yourself. And you can use Pinterest to push some traffic at your Etsy store. As long as you do it well, you can get some more traffic at Etsy. So let's go over to an Etsy shop, and I cruise through here a little bit, and I'll show you why if you just save a pin rather than editing a little bit, it may not be as optimized as you want and not the best job you could possibly do. So let's go, and you can see the popular categories here on Etsy. So we have clothing and accessories, jewelry, of course, very popular on Pinterest as well as Etsy. Crafts, do-it-yourself is a big popular category on Pinterest. So it's a good matchup for Etsy. Weddings, home living. So these are all hard goods, so not so much hair, nails, but the rest of these Etsy topics are perfect for Pinterest users to follow along. I love this wedding ring over here. So let's go to crafts and supplies, and I was in here already, and we're going to go to crochet patterns. And where will we see a nice pattern to use? These are so adorable. Let's pick out horses. My daughter loves horses. So we come to this crochet pattern, and I wish I could do this. I'm going to try. And you see the social share buttons over here on the right hand side, right underneath add to cart. So we can use those. We could also use our extension and pin it from up here as well. You see, so if we pick the Chrome extension and save the pin that way, you get a much larger description. You have to choose, of course, the right pin. So we get a big description here, but we don't get the title of the pin or project. If we use the pin it button from Etsy, click there, you'll see that we get our pin. So it automatically brings up the correct image to use, but you only get the title. So what it's giving me in the description here is, I'll pull it over, I'm getting the title of the horse crochet pattern and the seller's name, which is actually up here. So it's pretty short. We have 500 characters to use here, and we should use up all of it, or most all of it as possible. So what we can do is two ways. So I can copy and paste this title, Harley the horse, and I can hit the Chrome pin it button that I have installed. So I could choose to save this one. So if I save it, now I have the opportunity to edit real quick before I begin. So I can actually add in this and press Control C, and I'm saving the whole description in there. And it's nicer, I get a much longer description, but I have to say that, well, this is really what was in there. So what it's giving me is the extended description that was underneath the pictures in Etsy, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So this is a good way to do it because I cut and paste the title of the Etsy pattern or Etsy item for sale into the Pinterest pin, and I'm going to save that to a board. So I'm saving it to Pintastic. And it gave me a little warning there because I actually went over the 500 word description. If I wanted to go the other way, what I could have done ahead of time is just copy the parts that I wanted and then hit the pin it button, which is native to Etsy, and then I hit the pencil icon, and then I can add more text there. So the same goal, two different ways, but the point is that I am extending the description, and that's the best way to make money off of Etsy, is to have a nice long description. This goes for any pin that you save. Nice long description there. And I don't see my pin. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try it again. So I must have made it too long and it must have just freaked out on me. So let's copy that. I'm going to pin it. I'm going to put in my title. And let's see if I pull back. I'm going to edit back a little bit because we don't really need this about shipping. I'm going to add some hashtags too, right? DIY, crochet. Now let's add it to a board. Description is too long. So normally Pinterest would just tell me that it's too long and let me edit, but it's just blowing past it. One more time. Don't you love experimenting with Pinterest? So let's do it this way. We're really going to edit this title. We'll take this. We'll take that it's a PDF pattern. And since we're not for the finished product, we know that. It's written in English. Okay, so this is part that's relevant. Let's keep that. And the pattern will be immediately available to you as a download. I'm going to get rid of that too, just in case we're over. And this time I'm going to put the hashtag right on horse. And I'll put it right up on crochet rather than adding any extra words. So I want to make sure I have a good photo. Try it one more time. There we go, saved. It tells me the board that I saved it to. A third time's a charm. So there's my pin, and I want to click on it and make sure it is actually going through to the Etsy shop. So there it is. So that's how you can drive some traffic to your Etsy store. Coming back to this, we want to have these nice tall images. So you see these are my videos. They're small. These are images that are optimized really for Twitter and Facebook, not so much Pinterest, but they're video thumbnails, so I don't make them any different. This image is okay. These nice tall images, that's the best way. So you'd probably want to make a separate image for your Etsy store, your Etsy products, and use them as pins on Pinterest. This would be fine for Facebook, maybe even Twitter. But a nice tall image of the horse and a crochet pattern would be more ideal for Pinterest. So we make sure that we fill in a nice long description, and so it's going to be more than the native Etsy button gives you. See, it's longer. Take up as much of the 500 characters as possible. This is so adorable. And that's how you can drive some traffic at your Etsy shop. So follow me online on pintalk.net for Pinterest tips, tricks, tutorials. Check out my Twitter. Of course, follow me on Pinterest. And I can show you all kinds of Pinterest tutorials. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, where you're probably watching this video for more Pinterest tips, tricks, and tutorials. And of course, for anything else social media, my other channel, metrony.com, is absolutely everything about digital marketing for business. And check back for more Pinterest tips, tricks, and tutorials. And carry on, pinners.